Hello dear friends, best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. Let's start to show our video this midnight. We start this video with certain delays. Hello my dear friends, best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. My name is Dr. Viktor Fursov, I'm a research entomologist, beekeeper and teacher, and this is my channel. Welcome for people who came to my channel just at first time. My scheduled preliminary stream was delayed for a long time, for 2 hours, because electricity was out, and this is electricity blackouts just for short period of time, fortunately at the present time, appearing from time to time in our city, the Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine, just in all regions switch out the electricity for one period, next period, and it's expected and unexpected as well. So that's why I doing this show on with some delay, but nevertheless let's start from the beginning, from the day, past day, 31st January 2023. Well, what was going in this day? This day was a little bit troubling because there were three air alerts, so all the metro and all transportation was stopped for more than 2 hours, total maybe even more. So air alert is pretty frustrating time, so unexpected and expected as well, because it can be expected in any time, because our bloody neighbors always trying to make some troubles for us. Fortunately, we didn't have any troubles in Kyiv today, but we are ready to prevent it. Our army is ready to prevent it during the night, evening, and daytime, always, now. So I do not describe what's going on around, because previous time when we had some air alerts was a lot of troubles. So this day was calm, so we are happy about it. One more quiet and calm day in Kyiv. This is just a gift, actually. It's a pretty nice gift. And so let's start to talk about insects. So my channel is devoted to insects and science of entomology and beekeeping, and science of zoology as well, because science of zoology is science about animals, and insects are also animals, but just tiny animals, very tiny, sometimes invisible animals, insects, and all another invertebrates which are living all around us, somewhere in the nature, in your house, in your shop, in your wardrobe, sometimes in kitchen, even in the bathroom, and of course on a balcony. But now this is a winter time in Ukraine and in Europe as well, so we are not in Australia where is the summer now, but now we are in a winter time, so it's a cold. So insects were hiding in somewhere, everywhere, under the leaves, in the leaf litter. But we have actually very funny insects on our video recorded files. Yes, now. So I made a collection of files, and we will be watching now files with different insects, and I will comment which insects on these files. We start from some interesting and beautiful insects. Many people enjoy them very much, and they're named butterflies. Butterflies, these are insects. Many people like them very much because they are so lovely, they're beautiful. But entomologists collecting them, making labels, putting them inside some special entomological boxes, keeping them in a special big room, which is called entomological collection. And this is collection of some insects from Papilionidae. And this is genus Apollo. Apollo, so great Greek name, Apollo. Apollo butterflies. They are so beautiful. Actually, they are not living in a forest, not living just everywhere in Ukraine, because we have few species which are under protection and included in the list of protected and endangered species. Many species living somewhere on small meadow, on the meadows, on the hills of mountains. Somewhere in the Caucasus, in the Pamir, in Tanshan, in different mountains and hills, in India, in Pakistan. Everywhere we have very, very high hills with huge mountains. And so some species are very, very rare. And actually some collectors are paying a lot of money to have some rare specimens in collection. I do not like it, absolutely. This species is collected in Europe, so I do not see the label, but nevertheless, believe me, this species is not rare, but entomologists can check and identify the morphological variety of species, because if we collected species in different time, in different areas, we can identify some variations in changes of colors, changes of genitalia, changes of males and females. And this is another family. This is a family, Pieridae, sometimes living in some such places like bogs, near forests. These are more common species, but some species in distant areas, as we say, somewhere in a distant forest, pretty rare. And also some crazy collectors are offering a huge money for these species from distant areas, because some species becoming very rare. But of course, and these species also becoming rare because changes of environments, disappearance bogs, disappearance of rivers and small streams, appear in just more deserted areas, and many species are becoming in danger because we are losing their environment. We are losing actually environmental, like a meadow, like bog, and also all species of host plants are disappearing. So no host plant for caterpillar, so will be no butterfly in the same area. So, but I'm not only watching insects on pins. Entomologists, this is not only about insects on pins. No. This is about insects, about their behavior and biology. And this is an insect which is lovely insect, and many people like them very much. People just waiting for springtime to breed them. And this is bumblebee, round bumblebee, Bombus terrestris, feeding on a drop of honey. Bumblebee is very easy insect for keeping, just at least for short period of time, for feeding. Just to keep this one or two individuals in a box, this is not a good idea, because bumblebee will die without family. And this is, I guess, probably male, because the third pair of legs with the setae, not with the scopula, with a special place for collecting pollen. And it was collected in August. Individual with long antennae and with hairy hind legs, hairy tibia and hairy femora. This is a without special shining place on legs, on hind legs. This is a male. But what's about another bumblebee? Let's start to check what's about another bumblebee. This bumblebee, not a male. This bumblebee is a worker. Worker, this is meaning working bumblebee, which is bringing pollen and nectar to the colony. And inside colony is sitting queen of bumblebee, just waiting for workers. And workers are coming and bringing pollen to feed larvae inside colony. It's very pleasant to keep bumblebees in artificial small bumblebee beehive, so it's quite easy to maintain, to manage, even at home. Bumblebee home, from wood, homemade artificial bumblebee nest, quite possible to make, but not easy to attract them to this home, because you can put such artificial bumblebee beehives in your garden, in your orchard, like 10 bumblebee nests, but only maybe 1 or 2 nests will be inhabited, because queen, will be flying around these small bumblebee hives in the springtime, will select these hives very carefully, and maybe will not like it very much. So there is an opportunity, for instance, to catch bee queen in the springtime, put it inside the small bumblebee hive, just wait for 1 day, and then just open the entrance. So in this case, maybe 3-4 bumblebee hives can be inhabited. So it will increase the percentage of good homes for bumblebees. But still, it needs certain attention. This is not like for honeybees. You take honeybees, put them inside beehive, and you are happy to keep them in beehive because queen is inside. No, queen will check bumblebee hive, and will decide it's a good one or not one. So never collect queen in the springtime, which is collecting pollen and collecting honey, collecting nectar actually. There is no bumblebee honey, don't worry. No bumblebee honey. This is fantasy tale, imagination. Only bumblebee collecting nectar. But here she is female, feeding on a drop of honey. Honey is sweet, so bumblebees enjoy it very much. So because if you collect queen with pollen, it means queen already started a nest somewhere. So in this case, if you put queen in artificial house, she will be disorientated and will not inhabit it, definitely will be just waiting how to escape. Escape the next day and will forward straight away to the place where she started her own home nest. And here, another insect, just very interesting and much slender, much bigger than bumblebee, but much slender, with very narrow, very slender legs. And this is parasitic wasp. This is not wasp which is stinging. This is parasitic wasp, which is parasitoid of different wood-boring larvae, wood-boring beetles. And its name of family, Ichneumonidae. Also enjoy very much honey, but you see here there is no long proboscis, no tongue between mandibles on head, because female and male do not need to collect any honey, any sweet liquid like nectar, only using for food, only small pulpi mandibulare and pulpi labiale, and of course very long black colored antennae on the right side, on the head. Here I try to turn the camera to show probably long body and very long ovipositor on the body of this insect, because ovipositor is not inside the screen of a camera, just outside of screen of camera, because this parasite is very long, with very long stick on the top of body, and this stick is called ovipositor for egg oviposition. Egg oviposition inside the larva of wood-boring insect somewhere under the bark of tree. So, and I collected this parasitoid on the bark of tree. So you can have recognized that majority of insects, hymenoptera insects, enjoy honey as a food. Like here, some Vespula bees. So these Vespula bees, genus Vespula, were living just near our institute, just in the ground. These funny ground bees, not bees, ground wasps. They're stinging. And finally, someone who was not housekeeper but field keeper near our institute destroyed this nest in the end of September somewhere, because it was for a long time, the whole summer. It was very small nest, but in August and September time, the nest increased, the number of wasps increased, and they became very dangerous, sometimes stinging the people who were just walking around on the street. And it was done somewhere under the cut tree. So some people were very curious and put some sticks on the nest, inside the nest. And sometimes wasps became very angry and aggressive and stung some people nearby. So finally, field keeper, just cleaner person, just destroyed the nest, just put it a lot of ground on the nest, and then it was rainy day, and all wasps in the nest didn't survive, I guess, because it was a rainy day. They just suffocated under the ground, in the soil under the tree. So, but they enjoy very much honey and sugar. It's easy to attract them by honey. You see here how they were feeding, and they were very happy. And here I show you next wasps. Very interesting wasp. Big one, very big one. And I keep in my hands. Quite big one, and this is not simple wasp, not a round wasp. This is a wasp which is called hornet. European hornet, Vespa crabro in Latin, Vespa crabro. Dangerous wasp. But how I keep it in my hands, in my fingers, so helplessly. No, I was not stung, don't worry, I was not stung. I'm not crazy to keep female hornet in my hands, in my fingers, because female worker hornet is stinging painfully. But this is a male with very long antennae, and without sting. Only with male genitalia on the body. And I got it just near my apartment. This male just jumped from the nest somewhere nearby, maybe somewhere on the balcony or under the roof of our apartment house, and fell down on the ground. And just I was walking near house and just recognized, very funny, just a hornet. I had a box, put it inside box, and I recognized, yes, quite easy to put in a box, because because this is a male, he didn't escape because his wing was deformed. And actually this is a male, so you do not need to worry about the painful sting. Males are not stinging, but if you don't know, if you cannot recognize this is a male or not female, better to avoid hornets. Do not touch them. And actually, if they're alive and active, they will fly away themselves. They're very careful. They will not waiting for you to sting you in your finger, in your neck, in your head. No. If you will take it with your hands, with your palms, or just with your fingers, hornet will sting, be sure. But male is not stinging, so don't worry. And who is the next? Next one will be here. Interesting insect, which sometimes can be collected in August time. And this is a lunch of this interesting insect, which is called praying mantis, green one. And the brown one, this is a larva. Unfortunately, this larva is dead. Oh, it's still alive, still just trying to crawl. But in this huge, strong legs of this praying mantis, larva cannot escape. And this is a larva of super mealworm, which is named in Latin Zophobus, big one, pet's food, Zophobus atratus. Yes, this is a big one, big larva. And larva is not happy because mantis, this female mantis, caught this big larva and feeding on it, because female of mantis should be fed very well before laying eggs, before laying big ootheca. So they are flying when they are not very fed, but finally they are feeding pretty well. After feeding well, even in captivity. Mantis do not survive in wintertime. As adult mantis is surviving only inside ootheca, inside eggs. Eggs are overwintering for mantis, for mantida, for praying mantis. So that's why she's feeding very well, becoming very happy and laying eggs in your jar. So easy to keep mantis in autumn time and receive ootheca and wait with ootheca till the springtime, and you can receive very small, tiny baby mantises in the springtime. But again, you need to have some food, some insects for feeding them. Mantises are very good pets, and many people enjoy them very much. A lot of people are gathering together in groups of mantis fans, because many mantis in tropical areas are absolutely wonderful. They have a very interesting morphological shape and absolutely wonderful, like orchid mantis, wonderful coloration, pink, white, pink and white, green, brown, blackish color, brown color, and absolutely a wonderful kind of a mimicry. It looks like a small sticks, like stick insects, but much more beautiful because they are predaceous and they are predators. So this is visible here. But mantis is predator, eating on other insects, like this poor larva of mealworm Zophobos. So on this very careful note, we can finish today's videos about insects. And if you have bred some insects which I showed you here, welcome to write in comments which insects are breeding, which insects do you like. And I show my, I can try to show, I have a large collection of different insects. I just check in a folder what insects I have to show you. One more. Yes. Here I show you the face of this insect. If we were already talking about it, we were talking about super mealworm, and this is a face of a super mealworm, the head of a super mealworm. They're very interesting insects if you show them in a high magnification, and quite easy to recognize on the shape of a head, on the shape of a face, because this is head of a female with straight line on the head between antennae. On both sides you see two big eyes, two big antennae, small palpi, and front line just straight. Front edge of head is very straight. But if we take male is different. Male head will be different, and you can see here on next video difference between male and female. This is a female with straight edge on face, and this one has a semicircular cutting. You see, semicircular on the edge of a head. So this is a male with such semicircular edge. This is like a cutted part on the front of a head. This is a male. So quite easy to recognize, because males are more common and bred in a higher number. But of course, for breeding of Zophobos, you need to have females. If you are keeping only males, somebody gave you a gift of larvae, and larvae just pupated, and then from pupa emerged males. Males will not reproduce, for sure. So males will not reproduce, and you can be waiting for new larvae. There are no eggs, no larvae, because this is a male. Male are not reproducing and do not lay fertilized eggs. Males are needed for mating and for mating with female, and female will lay eggs for reproduction for new generation. So if you are breeding Zophobos, write in comments Are you breeding the phobos or another mealworms, or what insects you are keeping in a culture? Will be interesting for the discussion. If you have this collection of different insects, cultures of different insects, sometimes people have like a small zoo at home, not in laboratory but at home, right? How many insects, how many species of different insects you are keeping at home or in your laboratory, and why you are interested in this. I'm studying personally parasitic wasps, like on this background picture. These are parasitic wasps with different families of a superfamily Calcid wasp, Calcidiidae. My favorite wasps here, this one. This is Trichogrammatide family, egg parasitoids. Here some insects. This Mimaridae, egg parasitoids as well, but others were just pupal parasitoids, adult parasitoids, and larval parasitoids. But my favorite are egg parasitoids Trichogramma and other Trichogrammatidae for people who didn't know me. But I'm very pleased to tell you about different insects, including different groups of Hymenoptera and another groups of insects just for education. Because education, this is important part of life for school pupils, for students of colleges and universities, and even for adults. Education is not bad because they can pass some new knowledge, some new facts about not so dangerous insects, not so dangerous hornets, but you must be careful to know a little bit more about them, how to be careful, how to get rid some pests and some dangerous stinging insects, and we will be talking with you about it in our future streams, even today in 10:30 p.m. in evening time. But this stream is going to the end. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to see my email. You can find my email in the description of video. If you want to donate some small donation for a cup of coffee, so you can send it on my Patreon page or my PayPal page. For a cup of coffee, this is a good idea. Why not? Why not? This is a small motivation that some people have seen my video, and I receive just such small financial feedback. It's called feedback, which means so polite greetings for viewers. Thank you for watching me even from Japan, because I know if here evening time in Japan, this is 8 hours early. It's 8 hours early. So thank you for watching. And my friend is writing that this is time to go to work, but this is time to go to sleep for me, because it's midnight. So thank you for watching. Good luck, see you soon on my channel. Write comments and questions under this video. Good luck and see you soon. Best greetings for my friends. Good luck, see you soon on my channel. Don't forget about Patreon page and for donation for a cup of coffee. Thank you very much. See you soon. See you today, evening time on new stream. Bye bye. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Bye bye.